Cancer, the person who once sowed toxic energy into your life has departed. And the strange thing is, at the very moment they left this world, your home, your most sacred space, felt a sense of relief. You may not know it, but someone once silently manipulated your peace simply because they couldn't bear the light of love and warmth you cultivated. And today, I will tell you the truth. Why their departure is a miracle for your soul. Why you, Cancer, were the one chosen to walk through pain without needing to retaliate. And why, right now, a new path is quietly opening just for you. Because when the person who once manipulated your sanctuary with jealousy passed away, keep your breath steady. Because what comes next is a chapter you can't afford to miss. They have left, and your soul is being called home, Cancer. There are things we cannot explain with logic. There are fleeting sensations like a flash of unease for no reason upon entering your own house, a recurring dream of cracks in your foundation, or a deep-seated anxiety about the well-being of your loved ones. You thought it was just you being overly sensitive, but it wasn't. It was your soul speaking. I have always believed that when someone harbors envy for too long, it doesn't just destroy their own life. It drives them to try to destroy another's sanctuary. That person, it wasn't because you did anything wrong, but because you had a kind of warmth they had never touched. The warmth of nurturing, of forgiveness, and of a gentle yet powerful protective presence that Cancer always carries. They chose to sow discord and bitterness instead of learning how to build love. They chose division instead of healing. You didn't know this, but your soul knew. The universe knew, and every vibration in the energy field around you also knew. Cancer is the zodiac sign most deeply connected to home and ancestry. You feel the unspoken pains of your family. You hear the whispers of the past, and that is also why you were chosen to carry the emotional weight of your lineage. But today, I tell you that burden has ended. That person has left this world not because of anything you did, but because karma never misses its appointment. Have you ever felt unsafe in your own home? Tell that story, not only to free yourself, but to offer hope to someone who needs it. When evil is not transformed, it self-destructs. When someone tries to control others with negative energy, they are building a prison for themselves, and one day, that prison will collapse from within. You don't need revenge. You don't need to understand every detail. You just need to know the universe always sides with love, and today, the universe is on your side. I know. Maybe you're feeling something just lifted from your heart, like a fog clearing from your living room, a heaviness in your chest easing. That is release. An invisible chain has just been broken, Cancer. You are called the guardian of the hearth, which is why jealous souls always try to disturb your peace. But true love doesn't argue. It simply warms. Even when temporarily hidden, it's still there. And when the darkness fades, that warmth will radiate brighter than ever. Have you ever felt disliked by someone even though you did nothing but care? Ever felt like something was holding your family's happiness back even though you gave your best with sincerity? If so, that feeling was real. But you don't have to be afraid anymore, because that energy has vanished from the physical world. And following that departure, a new gate has opened. A gate for your soul to return to its own sense of security. I invite you to pause for a moment, close your eyes, and feel the space around you. Perhaps it is shifting invisibly. Your heart might be softly vibrating. That is the call you've been waiting for so long, not from anyone else, but from your own soul. This is the moment you begin to return. The journey of karmic cleansing, letting go of the old and embracing the sacred light that was once hidden. That journey will continue as the light begins to return to your home. Dear Cancer, there is something I've always deeply believed. Home is not just a place where you sleep or eat. It is the spiritual field surrounding your life, the container of all the emotions ever felt there, both joy and pain. It is the mirror of your soul, and when your soul is hurt, your home feels it too. Have you ever stepped into a room and suddenly felt a chill with no physical reason? Or had days when you returned home but didn't feel safe, didn't feel embraced by the peace you deserve? That's not random. It's energy that has accumulated and imprinted itself. Cancer is the zodiac sign most connected to intuition and emotional currents. You don't just feel, you absorb. You are the one who hears what is unspoken. And today, I invite you to do one thing. Become the guardian of energy for your own living space. That person who once sowed darkness into the space around you is no longer in this world, but what they left behind might still cling to the walls, the floor, or even objects you wouldn't suspect. So, you can't just wait for positive energy to arrive. You must actively open the door to let the light return. Start with a small yet sacred act. Light a white candle. No need for elaborate rituals. No ancient incantations needed. Just you, sitting down with sincerity and saying to that flame, I am ready to cleanse. I am ready to heal. You can walk around your home, letting the candle guide you, or you can simply sit still and let the flame shine into your heart. Either way, that light will stir the old energies. It will call back the pure vibrations. If you have sea salt, clear water, or a few sprigs of rosemary, you can use them. But if you have nothing, remember your intention is the most powerful energy. You don't need someone else to do it for you. You don't need a shaman, because you, Cancer, carry the most ancient energy of nurturing. You are the mother of the zodiac, the one who holds the lessons of unconditional love and protection. Today, you are not just cleansing your house, you are cleansing the energy line in your blood, the one that carries burdens from many lifetimes. You might not see any change immediately after this ritual, but try stepping into your home with an open heart, with eyes that no longer judge, and you will feel it. The space is different, lighter, brighter, safer. That is the light returning. This is not just a spiritual act. This is the reclaiming of control over your life. This is a sacred declaration. I will no longer let anyone control my energy. I return to become the master of my space. Cancer, if you have ever felt lost in your own home, that will change today, because you are starting to rebuild the foundation of your life. I invite you to share. Have you ever done something to protect your energy? A quiet prayer, a comforting meal cooked with love, a soft piece of music? Share it in the comments, because who knows, that small experience might become the light for someone out there who needs it. And trust me, you are doing more than you think. Every act of cleansing, no matter how small, vibrates through a vast field of energy. Not only are you being healed, but the souls living with you are also being liberated. Cancer, the light is returning to your home. And in that very moment, another gateway opens. Your soul, once cleansed, is now clear enough to reconnect with your ancestral guardians. If you've recently had strange dreams, feelings of déjà vu, or a sense that a departed loved one is near, then maybe a guardian is trying to tell you something. Be ready, because right after this, I will help you hear that message more clearly. What are your guardian angels telling you in your dreams, Cancer? If you are watching this part, maybe you have at least once woken up in the middle of the night with a powerful feeling in your heart without knowing why. An image of your childhood home, the face of a grandparent who has passed, A dream incomplete but leaving a strange sense of comfort or warning throughout the day. And if you're wondering what it means, then today I'm here to tell you it's not random. As an energy healing practitioner, I always believe that dreams are the gateway of the soul. They are the only place you connect directly with your deep consciousness and with the guardian spirits walking with you. Cancer, you are not just dreaming, you are communicating. You are one of the few souls able to feel the veil between worlds. Your dreams are not just images, they are codes, messages, support. I know you felt it before. A loved one embraces you in sleep, but when you wake up, the room is empty. You told yourself, I'm just imagining it. But no, you are not imagining. You are receiving a message. The loved one who has passed, a guardian angel, or sometimes your higher self is trying to send a message because you, Cancer, are the vessel that contains the most delicate emotions. When the outside world becomes too loud, dreams are where the universe whispers in your ear. Maybe you've dreamed of the ocean, the moon, or a family gathering. These symbols are not meaningless, they are signs. There was a dream, a Cancer once told me. She saw herself standing in her grandmother's old kitchen, and her grandmother, long past, walked in. She said nothing, just handed her a warm piece of bread. When she woke up, that Cancer cried, not out of fear, but because for the first time in years, she felt completely safe and loved. Have you ever had such a dream? A dream that needs no explanation, but you know it's so real it makes your heart ache. Remember this. Souls do not communicate with language. They communicate with emotion. And if you've ever woken up with a strong, indescribable feeling, you have just returned from a soul encounter. Cancer, you are the one chosen to bring that message back. You don't need to understand the dream. You just need to acknowledge it. Write it down, and gradually, a map will appear. A map leading you back to your own inner wisdom. I encourage you to keep a small notebook by your bed. Every morning, write a few lines, even if they are vague. A color, a symbol, a feeling. Cancer, when you accept that you are being guided, you will see the light in every smallest detail of life. An old family photo you stumble upon, a recipe that reminds you of a loved one, a familiar scent on the breeze. That is not coincidence. That is how your guardians speak to you. Maybe you're being told it's time to forgive a family matter. Maybe you're being reminded of your own strength, or you are being called to nurture something new into life. I invite you to pause for a moment and place your hand on your heart. Ask, is there something waiting for me to hear? And be still. Listen. If you feel that your dreams have recently become more vivid, it's because your soul is becoming clearer. Don't doubt your intuition, because it is how divine guidance is delivered through the heart of Cancer. The old layers of fog have been lifted, and now you are ready to receive the gifts from other dimensions. Cancer, you are a soul with the ability to deeply connect with love and healing. The universe knows that you won't use this gift to judge but to nurture. So what you see in dreams, hold on to it, cherish it. Have you ever dreamed of someone who passed away? What do you think they wanted to tell you? Share that below, because somewhere, someone else is also searching for the same message. You are the messenger, and every dream is a reminder you are not alone. And when you step out of the dream with a lighter heart, a brighter soul, the universe will begin to rearrange everything into a new order. The moment Cancer awakens after the one who sowed karma has left this world is the moment the wheel of fortune shifts. A source of abundance, opportunity, and peace is waiting to be handed to you. Not because you asked for it, but because you are ready to receive. It's time for you to receive the reward you deserve. Right after this, I will tell you, they're gone, and you're about to be given the reward you truly deserve. Cancer. There are rewards that do not come in applause, but in the deep silence of the soul, when you know that you have walked through the darkness without losing your light. And today, I am here to remind you of something sacred. The reward is coming to you, not because you defeated anyone, but because you didn't betray your own heart. I have always believed in the fairness of the universe, a kind of fairness that is not loud or flashy, but always present. For Cancer, a soul that always chooses love over anger, the reward always carries the color of healing. You have endured in silence. No one knows how many times you cried alone, how many times you smiled to hide the pain, how many times you chose to forgive when others thought you were weak. But the universe knows, and the universe never forgets brave souls, especially those who still choose to love even after being hurt. The person who once sent toxic energy your way has now left your life, and with their departure, a karmic cycle has just closed. No more invisible bonds, no more unexplained anxiety, no more feeling lost in your own life. Cancer, you have been liberated. And when one door of karma closes, the door of reward opens. This is the moment for you to enter a journey of healing, where light will replace the shadows that once brought you down. But that reward is not mere money. It could be a long-awaited family reunion, a chance to move to the home of your dreams, a small miracle that makes your heart tremble. It could be the feeling of being alive again, with a pure self, no longer bound by the past. Everything you once lost is on its way back. A relationship that was broken may begin to mend. A door that was once closed is now beginning to open. A dream you once locked away for fear of pain is now reappearing in your mind like a seed sprouting. Cancer, don't be surprised if you begin to attract unexpected blessings. Don't be surprised if the peace you once prayed for now starts to manifest. Because you have purified enough, you have endured enough, and now it is time for you to receive. I know sometimes you still feel undeserving, that you did nothing outstanding. But please remember, silent kindness is one of the most sacred forms of strength, and the universe always gives the right rewards to those who live with a gentle heart. You may see signs of this very soon. An unexpected gift, a call from an old friend, a glance that makes your heart flutter. Embrace it, but don't cling to it, because the true reward doesn't lie in what you can keep, but in who you have become after all of this. Have you ever received something precious after a long time of pain? Share that story in the comments, because who knows? Someone out there may need the very hope you once found. Cancer, you are the nurturing light of the universe. You are the one who doesn't need to compete, but is still chosen. The one who doesn't need to shout, but is always heard by the most sensitive souls. And now, as you stand before a new door, please remember, miracles don't come to prove you're better. Miracles come because you didn't lose your heart. And when everything begins to blossom, never forget the most important thing: gratitude. Take 1 minute each day to thank yourself for not giving up. Thank your soul for believing in the light. And thank the universe for always seeing you, even when no one else did. Cancer, this is not the end. This is a new chapter. It's the life you rewrite with the very hands that once trembled and the heart that once bore cracks. And I invite you to continue with me to the final part, where you will know you don't need to know who harmed you, only that you have been protected. Cancer, if you've stayed with me until this very moment, I want you to pause for a second and take a deep breath. Let everything you've just heard, just felt, soak into every cell of your being. There's no need to explain, no need to try to understand. Just feel and believe that everything that happens carries within it a sacred purpose. Maybe you still don't know exactly who has hurt you, but you don't need to know. You don't need to chase the shadow behind the collapse, because the most important thing is that you made it through. You were protected, you were kept safe, and you have become a stronger, quieter, gentler version of yourself after everything. I want you to know that through this entire journey, you were never alone. There is a divine power called grace that has always watched over you silently. An angel who places a hand on your shoulder every time you think you're about to fall. A vague voice in your heart telling you, keep going, because something good is waiting ahead. Cancer, your soul does not live in only one life. You carry the lessons of many lifetimes. You hold the sensitivity of water, the depth of the ocean, and the reflected light of the moon. You are a healer, not through words, but through presence. You are someone who knows pain, but doesn't let pain control you. And you are someone who can love, even without being loved the right way. So, if you've ever asked, why did that happen to me? Then maybe the answer is because you have the strength to turn pain into love. You don't need to retaliate. You don't need to prove anything, because what is true will always come to light, and those who sow harm will eventually reap their own consequences. The universe doesn't need you to do that. The universe only needs you to keep living true to your heart, to keep walking, not with resentment, but with gratitude. Gratitude for having once been broken so that you could learn to love yourself. Gratitude for having once been lost so that you could find your purest self within. Cancer, you have been protected, not just once, but many times in moments you weren't even aware of. As long as you are still breathing, still loving, still dreaming, you are still being protected. I want you to remember this. When you live authentically, you create a healing field around yourself. You radiate what the world is longing for: kindness, compassion, and unconditional love. And if today you feel your heart is lighter, if you feel like you've just stepped out of an invisible prison, then yes, Cancer, you have broken free. Freed from the curse, freed from unseen manipulations, and most importantly, freed from the self-doubt that others once planted in you. Now, you are you, whole, free, and radiant. And if you feel that today's message touched something inside of you, I invite you to leave a comment as a way to send healing energy to someone else who is also on their journey. Please share, because light doubles when it is given. And if you want to continue walking with messages like this, subscribe to the channel, because our journey is only just beginning. Cancer, thank you for listening, thank you for trusting, and thank you for existing in the beautiful way you haven't even fully realized yet. See you again in the next chapters of the healing journey, where the universe is still waiting for you to keep walking with all the light you carry.